welcome to Stingray Tom's Florida and another new video. This is a companion to the gameplay video Jacqueline and I shot recently. I'm releasing this video shortly after that one, so here's a link to the first one. It doesn't really matter which you see first though. This one is fairly short since I just wanted to give everyone a chance to look at all the terrific elements of the game. Based on the Walt Disney World Resort theme park, the Magic Kingdom, it was released in 1972, less than a year after the park opened in the fall of '71. The game has several cool elements that make it more visually interesting than most games, and these elements create additional fun for the players. It can have up to 4 players, though there are 6 Disney characters from which players can choose: Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Pluto, and Goofy. Regardless of which are picked, each player also chooses one of 4 colors. The colors are represented on interchangeable bases for the character pieces, as well as on the cards and teacups ride. The object of the game is to visit each land in the Magic Kingdom as well as 2 rides: the Teacup Ride, officially known as the Mad Tea Party, and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, a submarine ride that was closed in 1994. Like Magic Kingdom visitors, players start in Main Street, USA. The order they follow around the board is determined by the shuffled cards each player holds. Movement is determined by the spinner. There are 4 special elements to the game. The first is that 2 players can't stay on the same spot. When a player does land on the spot already occupied, that player moves the other player to one of 3 refreshment spots. The second is the Teacup Ride. When a player reaches the teacup, they place their marker on the part with their corresponding color. They then have to use the spinner during subsequent turns until they are facing the off spot. The third element is the Haunted House. Now note the name. It's not the Haunted Mansion, the name of one of Disney's most iconic attractions that resides in Disneyland and Tokyo Disneyland, as well as Florida's Magic Kingdom. In gameplay, the Haunted House is connected to 4 red spaces. When a player lands on one of the spaces, they must drop a wooden token into a slot on the top of the house. Which direction it pops out shows where the player should land next. The final gameplay element is the Monorail System. Players can use it as a shortcut to get from one part of the game board to another. Once the player lands on a monorail spot, they can only board if the spinner is on one of the 4 monorail spaces. Anyone who has been to Disney World and the Magic Kingdom should notice another inconsistency here. It's the Walt Disney World Railroad that actually circles the park, making it easier for guests to travel from Main Street onto Frontierland and Fantasyland and then back to Main Street. The game has 3 monorail lines that essentially have the same function in gameplay. Of course, the real Magic Kingdom is served by the Walt Disney World Monorail System. One line provides a link to the Ticket and Transportation Center, commonly called the TTC. That's where most park guests congregate after parking. A second line serves the Magic Kingdom and the TTC, but also stops at the Contemporary Resort, Polynesian Resort, and the Grand Floridian, the 3 hotels collectively known as the Monorail Hotels for obvious reasons. The third line connects the TTC with the Epcot theme park. While Disney's monorail is only 15 miles long, it averages 50 million riders a year, so by the 50th anniversary of the resort in 2021, well over 2 billion riders will have used the system. The game is 3-dimensional in design, with numerous elements resting on a traditional game board. The board is ringed by monorail lines that also show the Contemporary Resort Hotel and buildings that represent Frontierland and Adventureland. One of the lines even runs through a structure that looks very much like the Main Street Railroad station, which further confuses the link between the 2 transportation systems. The rear of the game has a depiction of fireworks in the night sky with a cutout of Cinderella Castle that is connected with tabs. There is also the Haunted House and the Teacups Ride, which actually spins. As kids' games go, it's certainly a deluxe one, and it's a lot of fun to play. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to watch the one where my friend and I play the game. It's a lot of fun too. I also plan to have a video where people played in its home, the actual Magic Kingdom. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when my next video is released at Stingray Tom's Florida. Stingray Tom's Florida, traveling through time around the Sunshine State.